Mohammed started mentioning marriage. Within weeks, my son, he said, you know, he might be a scammer. I said, he's no scammer.
I can spot a scammer.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. We're gonna be switching it up today and getting into a video on Truly's channel that is about a 36-year-old man that's dating an 82-year-old grandma. And apparently he's not a scammer, but you know what? I'm gonna be the judge of that today, as well as the rest of you. Don't worry for you TCAP heads, we have another episode later this week coming out. More classic TCAP on the way, but let's just get into some 90 Day Fiance, Walmart version of 90 Day Fiance action right here. And I wanna know if this guy is actually scamming. So let's get right on into it. Don't forget to like the video and leave a comment for the algorithm. It's just a nice thing to do. It helps me out a ton. Anyways, let's get right on into it, shall we?
This is 36-year-old Mohammed.
Okay, Lavi, you are ready?
And he fell in love with
Hi, everybody.
82-year-old Iris.
Okay, so we have a nearly 50-year age gap here, and I gotta say, despite the fact that she is able to do some instant gymnastics as soon as she leaves her door, proving her youthful, soul at least, that is a pretty big age gap to have, especially because this guy would not have met this woman had it not been for the internet. So that is kind of red flag number one. This whole video is gonna be framed on whether I personally think this guy is finessing this old woman out of either citizenship with a green card. I have no idea how that works over in the UK, but I'm guessing it's similar to America with, marriage and everything, or if he's finessing her for her retirement or pension, or maybe he even wants that fatty inheritance that she might be leaving behind, because you're not 82 in this world without accruing some amount of wealth, I'm sure. But I don't want to pass any judgment yet. Let's keep seeing what goes on, and I just want to say that is definitely a huge age gap though, obviously, so that is red flag number one.
Mohammed, where's my tea, please?
Try to enjoy, Lavi. Oh no, your tea and your cake and my tea.
Thank you. Thank you, love.
Without sugar.
And I mean, the guy's nice. Of course, this could be just performative for the camera, but he's bringing her tea, which for an old lady, that's pretty much like making out at that point. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're scamming and you don't want to actually be, physical with this person. Just make him some tea. It's a kind gesture and you look like you love them, at least for the cameras. This guy's 300 IQ, all right? I'm seeing right through every single move you make, my guy.
Before I met Mohammed, life was pretty dull. Usual everyday things, go shopping, go walking, meet friends. Pretty humdrum, really.
And that is an aspect of this that I do have to mention. Even if this guy is finessing this woman, there's also this part of me that's like, who cares? Maybe she realizes that too. There's a lot of weird relationships out there where both parties might not mention it, but they know why they're with the other person, like an old rich dude just dating some supermodel. You look at that, you know why that supermodel is dating that old rich dude. He's got money, and that makes them be able to live a lifestyle they can, enjoy. So maybe this is the same situation, and I'm just being really judgmental of this old lady, but maybe she just wants some companionship in the final years or the final portion of her life. Not to be morbid, but that's where she's at in life right now. So I'm sure she wants somebody to be sharing this time with instead of just being cooped up in the house all bored like she just mentioned.
My son gave me a laptop and it opened the world for me. I do like talking and chatting to people from all over the world, and that's how I met my wonderful husband.
Okay, well, husband, I have no idea how long their relationship's been, but this seems like it's kind of fresh, and they're already husband and wife. That is a red flag right there, number two. And I'm sure this son that bought this laptop for his mom, trying to just get her hip to the ways of technology and access to the internet, that's huge. But I'm sure he did not realize that she would maybe go onto these chat rooms all lonely, looking for somebody to, link up with, and then get finessed by possibly an international scammer. I mean, this is a situation we see on the Dr. Phil show. I've covered this many times, old people getting scammed in this same way, so it is a little bit suspect. And I'm sure the son's like, you know what, I should have just let her keep using the Kindle. That was as much technology as she needed.
And it was my dream to see the pyramids, and he suggested I go there. Well, Mohammed started mentioning marriage within weeks.
Okay, if that isn't the biggest red flag we have seen so far, are you kidding me? They started talking. This guy's like, hey, you should come down to Egypt. You like archaeology? You can come see the pyramids. Also, we should get married this week. Bro, you guys just started talking. If that isn't the most speedrun 90 Day Fiance type green card scam BS I've ever heard, I don't know what is. Literally, this lady did get finessed, but she's just trying to frame it in a way to where she's not. And again, I don't know if she's conscious of this. Maybe she is just truly that lonely in her old age, and it's nice to have somebody around. So I gotta keep saying that because I don't want to just sound like I'm harping on this woman, being an idiot falling for this, but it really does not look good for this guy, at least so far.
That's all because inside is important more than outside,
Okay. I am no expert in body language here, but that was some sterile kissing. I know this is just like, I did not expect to be at this point in my life where I'm reviewing the passion of a old person kissing this guy, but you know what? This is my job and I'm gonna take it seriously. Did you see how quickly he just pecked her on the lips? That is kind of an indicator that maybe he finds this woman repulsive, and he just goes in for a hug as well. Like, bro clearly doesn't look like this person's husband. I think he's getting that bag. I don't know about you guys, but so far I am really thinking this guy is finessing this old woman. Okay, so they are all dripped up. He's smelling delicious according to Iris over here, whatever that means. But it seems we're about to experience what a date is like with them. I'm really going to be judging how he looks in public with her, because that has to be an aspect of this too. If he is finessing her and he's not actually into older women, that's gotta be kind of embarrassing when you're walking around with this old lady. Everyone might think, oh, that's nice, he's helping his grandma walk around holding her hand, and then they go in for a quick smooch and he's like, oh god, I hope nobody saw that. Like, that's gotta be a tough thing to navigate for him. So let's see how he handles being in public with her. That'll kind of be another huge indicator of if this guy is for real or not.
I'm pretty fit for my age. I need to be to keep this gentleman supplied.
I can carry you.
Okay, dude. Why do we need to use the word supplied there? Maybe that was just some weird British lingo, you know? There's a lot of funny terms I hear over in the UK, but I'm pretty sure that means what I think it means, and I dislike that image. But you know what? He's literally sweeping her off her feet in the next shot, so who am I to judge? Love, don't judge. That's the name of this freaking series. Grim, you gotta keep your head in the game here. You gotta remember that, all right? You can't just automatically think everybody's a scammer.
It turned out that Mohammed was younger than my sons, and I was older than the rest of his family put together, you know, but it wasn't a concern of his.
Yeah, of course it's not a concern of his. The only concern of his is that citizenship. Okay, wait, I gotta reel myself back. I can't be too judgmental. But really, dude, you are dating somebody who is older than like any of your family members alive at this point. That is insane. And he's younger than her sons. That son who got her the laptop must be just feeling so awkward right now. Dude's like 50 years old. He's like, you couldn't even find somebody my age, mom. You gotta go for this random 36-year-old dude that lives over in Egypt. Oh, I know that dude's just punching the air right now.
The reaction was not very good. I did lie at first and said he was 40, but my youngest son found out and he said, he's not 46, mum, he's only 35.
Oh my gosh. And if you have to lie to your kids and lie to the rest of your family when you're revealing your relationship, what does that say? That shows that you have some deep actual guilt, kind of knowing maybe this is off or this is weird. Like, if that lady is already having to lie to her family about the relationship and say he's 46, and even that was weird for them, and then they're like, oh my god, he's actually 36, well, almost turning 36, that is a bad situation all around, and probably why the rest of the family does not approve of it, like she's saying. That, and they also are probably aware of these types of scams and have less bias when thinking of the situation, you know what I mean? Like, of course she is going to look past every single red flag just because she's in love, but maybe the kids can see just how off this dude is, and I'm sure it's much more obvious off camera.
Going in here.
Hey, it is not on camera.
Hey, it doesn't matter. I've bloody paid for it, it doesn't matter.
And I mean, just look at the chemistry between these two. Is it not just 100% for real? You got this guy bickering at this woman, being embarrassed by her being a boomer pretty much and doing boomer things out in public. Buddy, you know what you're signing up for by dating this woman. You're gonna be regularly embarrassed by her odd quirks, like bringing Tupperware for her leftover food that she simply can't eat because she's some old lady. It's just so awkward seeing them in public. I am not convinced this dude is for real at all.
We went to the British Embassy in Cairo. I went there 3 times. And on the 3rd time, we was able to get married. I stayed there for 3 months.
And apparently she went to Egypt and they got married there at like the British Embassy. Again, I have no idea how this citizenship stuff works, but she was there for 3 months, literally just trying over and over. They were not letting them get married because they probably realized, hey, this is sus. The person on this first list is like 46 years younger than this other person. No, we're not letting that happen. But you know what? Finally, they just pestered them enough to get them married. So apparently, all things are good and dandy.
My son, he said, you know, he might be a scammer. I said, he's no scammer. I can spot a scammer. But in our case, it's genuine and it can work.
Oh my god, and did you see his eyes? That's the final clip I'm going to use in this, actually. I'm just going to put that at the end of the video. Sorry if that was kind of jarring just to see this clip of them eating again, but dude, this guy is darting around the room when she brings up the concept that he's a scammer. That is the final nail in the coffin for me. I believe this guy is not legit. I want to know what you guys think after watching this, and if you think this is a real relationship. And I just hashtag Grim the Hater again, because sometimes I feel like I'm on pure hater mode, but this is one of those videos where I'm trying to think objectively, and I really don't think this is all that real. real, but also maybe who cares? You know what I'm saying? As soon as these cameras go away, we forget these people exist, and she's living a happy life thinking that she has this young husband. So what? So let me know what you thought down in the comments. Make sure to check out the Patreon, which I routinely forget to plug in the middle of the video. I'm sorry once again, but I appreciate everyone supporting me over there. We should have a new video up very shortly. It's been a bit of a rough week. If you guys have noticed, I've been kind of MIA in the content, but we're getting back into the swing of things. So as always, I appreciate you watching till the very end, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.